Kris Kross. We actually had the first question. It was about 2.5 seconds into the broadcast. You
Um,
guessed it. We had a Chris Smith question. That's got to be some type of record.
Shout
But
out to the DAWDY.
do you think if the Kids of the 90s tour comes to fruition, would Chris Smith ever join it? Second part of the question is, why do you think he's not in more interviews? And also, why is he not on a platform like Cameo? Obviously, you're not in the group. You're friends with him. You're going to answer the best of your ability.
Will Chris do it? It just has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? The thing about, and I always tell people this, the Kris Kross legacy is so fragile and so delicate, you know, with the success that they had at such a young age. And I'm even thinking now, Nick, I don't think it was another group who, a kids group or kids act who sold like him. I don't think Bow Wow surpassed Totally Crossed Out. I don't think so.
He did not. Nothing
No,
in past
so,
Jump. No.
right. So, you know, I guess with that kind of success, man, it's just, man, it's almost like Andre 3000. You know, I always compare Chris to Andre 3000. You know, he's kind of low key, you know, behind the scenes, still doing this thing, but, you know, just not in front of the camera like Bit Boy is. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And, you know, Chris has his own YouTube page, One Life Entertainment. He still has his website going, Urban Muse. So, you know, he's still doing things, you know, like his painting, and he's still doing music, still releasing, you know, different visuals. So, you know, he's still doing his thing. And again, you know, if it makes sense, man, I'm telling you, Chris will do it, man. He'll do it. It just has to be right. You know, I can hear him saying now, it just got to be the right time for it. Like, I can just hear him saying that in my head, just talking, you know, answering the question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Could you see him on something like Cameo?
Hey, you never know, man. It would be kind of dope, you know, the classic styles and everything. What was the guy's name who just passed in Woodenia? Ecstasy, I think his name was.
Ecstasy, yeah, he just passed 2 or 3 weeks ago.
His daughter, what's ironic, his daughter actually works with me.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy. And when I saw her post and she was like, oh, that was her daddy. Like, wow, you know, but rest in peace to Essie, you know, from Woodini. Yeah.
Absolutely. So sad. Now, when we talk about Chris Smith, I mean, first things first up. So I do know for a fact he was invited to the Kids of the 90s tour. Taj Mahal was trying to reach out to him. What happened? If there was communication, if he declined, I don't know, but he definitely was invited. But when we talk Chris Smith, I mean, first things first, respect his privacy. But at the same time, like you said, keep showing love. Check him out on Instagram. Check out his YouTube. He's got a clothing line. Keep showing him love, and maybe at some point in time we'll take more interviews. Maybe he'll have a podcast. You never know. Just keep showing love, being positive, and who knows what'll happen.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said that better myself, Nick. Man, you own it, man. Yes, sir.
Awesome. So when we go to the beginning, Kris Kross obviously was huge with Totally Crossed Out. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. They left school for homeschooling, but they came back in around 8th grade. Is that right? How was that transition?
Okay, so what it was is that, okay, when Jump came out, we were in 6th grade. We were 12 years old at Bunch Middle School. When Jump was out, the video was first out, they were still coming to school. Chris Kelly ended up transferring to Camp Creek Middle School. He left Bunch and transferred to Camp Creek Middle School in the middle of our 6th grade year. And when they did the In Living Color performance, man, that's when they just took off. So like I said, they were their 6th grade year. Well, I can only speak for Smith because, again, Chris Kelly transferred. So, Chris was there none of 7th grade year. He didn't even come 7th grade year. And then 8th grade year, he came back to graduate with us in 93. So that, I guess during that time, that's when they were like really, really busy, you know, touring with Michael Jackson, the Sprite commercial, doing A Different World, everything that they did, Soul Train. I mean, I know you know the resume, Nick, but yeah. So that's how that happened.
Nice. Did he ever pull the, you know, if somebody gave him any type of lip or an issue in gym class, was he like, hey, I was just on tour with Michael Jackson, get off me here?
Okay, watch this. Chris and I took PE together. And Chris, man, if Chris see this, Chris, I love you, bro. Chris never dressed out. He would not dress out, man. Because, you know, we had a PE uniform. It was like some track like shorts, you know, they kind of short. You know how track stars be running. So the shorts were real short. It was some royal blue shorts and the gold bunch shirt. You know, those are colors, blue and gold. And man, I'm talking about Chris would not dress out. like we sat alphabetically. So like my last name is Prewitt. So I was a P, he was a S. So Prewitt Smith. So he sat in the row next to me to my left, but like I think one or two people back from. So I don't have to turn my back to see him. Man, Kris be back there, pants on backwards, leaning back. Patrick Ewing
in gym class.
And he and you know, I was messing with when my dad was in hospice. Rest in peace to my dad. But when he was in hospice, you know, Kris came to the hospital to see my dad. And you know, I asked him because the name our teacher, we had two teachers. We had Coach Cox and Coach Smith. No relation to Kris Smith, but Coach Smith. Well, when we took Coach Cox, he was a new PE teacher. And I asked Kris, I said, hey man, what Coach Cox give you in class? I always wanted to ask you that, man, because you never dressed out, man. He talking about, man, he gave me a C or a D or something. I think he said a C or a D. But in the back of my mind, I think Kris got an A, man. I think Coach Cox passed him on the low. I always kind of mess with him with that. But man, love Kris to death. But now he never dressed out. He wasn't wearing them shorts.
No white t-shirt, no black shorts then?
Yeah. No blue no blue shorts, no gold shirt for Kris. Nah. But okay. Kelly dressed out though. In our 6th grade year, Kelly dressed out though. Now, you know, I don't know what he kind of sad the shorts, but Kelly dressed out. But Smith wouldn't dress out, man. Yeah.
Nice. Did you ever, when they were so big, did you ever like travel with them to go on a trip or go to the mall with them? Or?
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to give you the date on this one, Nick. Okay.
You got the date? Wow.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you why I remember the date. It was June 1st, 1996. The reason I know, because that's the day I took the SAT. You know, that's why I remember. So I was a junior in high school. So I just finished taking the SAT. So I go over to Kris' house, you know what I'm saying, go down in the studio, and he's like, hey, man, how's the SAT? And I'm telling him about how the test is, you know, everything. And so he was like, hey, man, you want to go to the mall? I'm like, what? Kris want to go somewhere? Like, you so homebound, like, it caught me off guard, you know? Yeah, he was like, yeah, man, let's roll to the mall real quick. And so, as you know, they were discovered in Greenbrier Mall, you know, in Southwest Atlanta. Well, at first, Kris was gonna say, let's just shoot up the Greenbrier, you know, it's not too far from here, you know. And I said, Kris, I don't know, because you got to think this 96, Nick. So this Tonight's the Night, Living Down for Hip Hop, this when Young Rich and Dangerous was, you know, that run, you know.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, well, let's go out to Shannon Mall. Shannon Mall is in Union City, Georgia. It's about 20 minutes away, you know, from Atlanta, from the city. You know, so I was like, let's just go to Shannon Mall. You know, it's a little further out. The crowd won't be as big. You know, you see what I'm saying? So, you know, I was looking at it from a safety aspect, you know. So he's like, okay. So we hop in the Range Rover, you know, the county on chrome. He talks about Tonight's the Night, same.
Definitely.
So we go out to the mall. So we walk in. So we walk in the mall, walk through the food pavilion. You know, that kind of surprised. Like, you walk through the food pavilion, you want to walk through the side door? So, okay, walk through the food pavilion. So we walk in, and you could hear little, hey, Kris, that's the dude for Kris Kross. Hey, that's Kris Kross. Like I could hear it walking through, but, you know, we just kept walking. I didn't stop or nothing, you know. So as we were walking, there were a set of twins. He gave them an autograph, everything. And, you know what I'm saying, we went in and, you know, chilled in the mall, ate, did everything, and we leave, right? So when we get back in the Rover, I'm like, hey, Kris, let's go by, you know, the house. My mama, I want to surprise her because my mama ain't seen Kris since they performed at the Fox Theater in 92, you know, so, but she hadn't seen Kris, you know what I'm saying? So we go, you know, we ride out down back to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, go to my house or whatnot. So we go in, and Kris stayed in the kitchen. I said, stay right here. And then when my mama bent in the corner, you know, boom, you right there. So I'm like, mama, huh? You know, I said, hey, somebody out here to see you. Who is it? And I said, I don't know who. They here to see you. So she come downstairs and she bent the corner, and Kris right there. She like, Kris, you know? She saw Kris, man. She couldn't believe it. She could not believe it. So they, you know, and, you know, they go down in the basement, and she was just saying how much she loved the Soul Train performance, which is on YouTube when they did Tonight's the Night and Live It Down for Hip Hop, you know. And so here's the funny part of the story. There's a knock at the door, or the doorbell rang or whatever. So I go to the door. Yeah, it's a couple, you know, middle-aged couple, maybe in their 50s. And so I was like, yes, can I help you? They was like, hey, yeah, well, we followed you all the way from Shannon Mall. We just want to get a picture with Kris. I'm dead serious. They followed
Wow.
us from Shannon Mall all the way to my house. So that's what I'm talking about the security and the protective side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the magnitude that fans will go to just to meet, you know, a celebrity, you know, someone they support. So, you know, so I was like, wow, these followers all from the mall. So I said, just could you wait right here 1 sec? So I closed the door, go tell my mom and Kris what, you know, what happened. There's a couple at the door. They follow us from the mall. So Kris, you know, Kris like, for real? And he's like, I'm like, yeah, man, what you want me to tell him? He like, okay, I'll go up there, but just can y'all go up there with me, you know? And so, you know, Kris went up there, met with him, took a picture, you know, a couple of pictures, and my mom, you know, just stood right there, made sure everything was good, you know, that, and I stood right there too. And it was just crazy, man. Someone would follow us, you know, from the mall all the way to my house just to get a picture with Kris. So yeah, man, that really happened.
That is crazy. Wow.